You've got questions, we've got answers. I'm Kevin Eikenberry, answering the questions that new leaders ask us. Our goal is to help all leaders be more confident, productive, and successful. Today we're talking about what we need to do when our boss won't make a decision. Let's get started. So there's a decision that needs to be made. Your team is asking you about it. You're frustrated by it. There are business challenges that are creeping up. There are costs involved, and you can't make this decision. Even if you wanted to, you need input from, or you need a decision from your boss, and they're not making it. Well, I get asked this question. What do I do when I'm in that situation? What do I do? How do I manage my boss? How do I manage up and get them to make a decision when I need one? Well, it's a fine question, and there's really two parts to the way it's asked, so I want to talk about both parts. The first part is the managing up part. I want you to cross that out. So, do you like to be managed? No. You like to have a conversation with someone, you like maybe to be persuaded, you like to have someone share something with you, but you don't want to be managed, and neither does your boss. So let's take that part out of this conversation. Recognize that you, while they are your boss, you want to have a conversation with them about a business issue, and if you come at it from that perspective, you're in a better place. Having said that, there are 5 things that I think you can do when you're in this exact situation around a decision. So let's talk about those 5 things. The first one is no whining. This isn't about how the boss is screwing over your team. I mean, if your team comes to you in that whining tone, that doesn't help you want to make that decision. It just sort of ticks you off. Don't go to your boss in that perspective. Don't go to your boss in a whiny tone, in a whiny way. Don't make this about you or your team. This is about the decision and the organization. So take it to them from that perspective, not from a, we need this, why haven't you given me anything yet kind of place. Second thing, find out their perspective. Chances are they know something you don't know, or have to think about it in a way that you don't realize. Are there things that your team comes to you with that you realize you have a perspective or information they don't have? Sure, this may very well be the case with your boss as well. So go into the conversation trying to understand their perspective, realizing they probably have some information or knowledge that you don't have that may make the decision harder to make. Number 3, don't assume. Don't assume that they're just delaying. Don't assume that they're putting you off. Don't assume that they don't think you or the decision is important. Go into it trying to find out what's really going on. Recognize there's probably something you don't know that's impacting that timeline. Go into it with an open mind in that way and don't assume. Number 4, ask how you can help. Oftentimes, when you come to your boss, or come to anyone for that matter, asking for a decision, there may be an opportunity for you to provide information or knowledge or help in some way. So after you've learned more about what's going on with this from their perspective and what the status is, say, hey, is there anything I can do to make this easier? Is there anything I can do to help you make this decision? Is there anything that we can do together to make the right decision? And number 5 is, if there is going to be a delay, ask, when do we think we'll have a decision? Not in a tactful way, not in an accusatory way, like, so when are you going to decide, boss? No, you just want to know where it is, because that'll help put your mind at ease. It'll allow you to communicate it back to your team and those sorts of things. That 5th one doesn't necessarily get you a decision faster, but it certainly helps you know what's really going on. You do those 5 things, you'll have greater success in helping your boss make decisions and helping getting those decisions sooner. That leads us to today's tweet. If you need to get your boss to make a decision, understand their perspective better before influencing further. Now, I hope that this question and my answer helps you in some way as a leader. This site is all about helping new leaders and supervisors be more successful. After all, the site is called From Bud to Boss. And so hopefully you'll find all sorts of resources here, both free and otherwise, to help you on your path to being a more effective leader. We hope that you'll do that, and hope you'll join us for future episodes as well.